Is it possible to build a personal assistant with AI? The answer is yes, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to do it. So my name is Charlie, I'm an AI nerd, and I built my own AI assistant with Gemini 3 and n8n. So currently this assistant saves me about 30 hours a week. It's running 24/7, doing a whole bunch of different tasks, and I'll include templates that you guys can actually download for free below. So yeah, just follow along with this video and let's get started. You might be wondering, what can I actually use an AI assistant for? Well, my answer is basically anything. So if you're a business owner, it can actually help you run a lot of your business operations. And if you're just someone that wants to have more free time to do less admin work, it's also perfect for that. And yeah, like I said, I've gone ahead and built a bunch of different templates that apply to almost everyone. And you can find those linked in the description. Now, every one of you watching this video needs to have an AI personal assistant. Seriously, you do not need to hire a full team anymore. Instead, everyone can basically act as a CEO of their own life or business. And it costs like 99.9% less. And yeah, basically in this video, I'll show you exactly how I run my own AI personal assistant, my exact tech stack that I use, and also how to set it up yourself. So to actually run our operations, we need three main things. First, you need n8n, which you guys have probably heard of. This is basically what we use to build the automations. Then you use Gemini 3 or anything similar to that. This is basically the AI brain. And then you also need a VPS, which is basically going to host n8n in this use case. Think of this as like a server that you own that hosts and runs all of these automations 24/7. Yeah, that's exactly how I run my own AI personal assistant. So when you combine these three things, you have a very powerful assistant that can access your files, your Google Drive, your email, and pretty much anything. And it can actually do a ton of extensive tasks for you that saves you a ton of time. For example, building you presentations, compiling reports, booking airline tickets or hotels, basically everything that an executive assistant can do. Okay, so the first step is that we need a VPS. So this is a virtual private server, and this is what we use to actually run n8n on. Now, you can go directly to n8n and pay like $24 a month for their own hosting, but my little workaround is I just use the free n8n license and pair it with my own server. So if you do it this way, it actually saves about 70%, and just in my opinion, it makes a ton of sense. Most people don't realize that n8n has a community version that's 100% free, and getting your own VPS is way cheaper than using theirs. So if you guys click on the link down below, it's going to take you to a special Hostinger n8n landing page. It's going to look something like this. It's very important that you follow this exact link because this is going to install n8n directly on our VPS without us having to do anything else. So we'll click on choose your plan. And guys, this is the exact VPS that I use to run my automations. You have a bunch of different ones to choose from, but for most of you, I think the KVM2 plan is going to be fast enough with enough memory and stuff like that. But of course, you can choose which plan you want. Just for this video, let's go with the KVM2. In terms of how long you want to select for, I recommend doing 12 to 24 months. It's similar pricing, but the longer you choose, the longer it locks in this really low promo rate for. So yeah, it's going to save you money in the long term. You want to select your server location. So that's going to be closest to where you are or your clients. For me, that's going to be Phoenix. Here under operating system, you're going to want to select n8n. This should be automatically selected if you use that link. You can also choose to have a plain OS or an OS with a panel, but for the purposes of this video, n8n is the best. So before you guys check out, make sure to come here to have a coupon code, enter CHARLIECHANG, and that's going to take an additional 10% off. Once you enter in your billing address and payment information, you'll be able to check out, and then it's going to take you to your Hostinger dashboard. So in your dashboard, it's going to look something like this. And since we installed n8n directly, it should already be installed as you see here. But if it's not, you'll come here to OS and panel, click on operating system, and this is going to show you your current application. If it's not like that, you'll just come down here to change OS, search n8n, click on this, and that's going to change the OS. It should take a few minutes. And what we're going to do then is click on manage app, and here's where we're going to set up our owner account. So I'm just going to do a fresh install to show you guys how easy it is. And to actually activate all the paid features that we're going to get for free using this community version of n8n, what we're going to do is enter in our email right here and then click send me a free license key. Now I'm going to copy and paste this license key, come back here, and we're going to click on this enter activation key, and we'll copy and paste that right here. All right, so now our license is activated. activated and we're pretty much good to go. So within n8n, this is what it currently looks like. You'll be able to see your different workflows here, the different credentials. So we'll be able to connect different accounts to our n8n. You'll also be able to see executions, so actual workflows that are carried out. Over here on the left, we have our overview, so this main section. I also recommend checking out templates right here. n8n has a bunch of different pre-made templates that you guys can import. And come back here, if you want to create a workflow, all you have to do is click on this button up here. So the editor is pretty easy to use. You can learn this in maybe just one afternoon. And it's essentially like a flow chart. You set triggers, then you set what happens after that trigger, different actions, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, I'm not going to go too much into how to actually build these workflows in this video. I actually have a completely different video that shows you exactly how to do that, and I'll link it down below. But what I recommend for most of you watching this is don't worry too much about building your own personal custom automations yourself. Rather, get different templates, import them into your account. It's also very easy to do. Take the 3 templates that we're going to cover in this video, for example, just import them into your n8n account and play around with them. You'll have to do a little bit of setup, but it's quite easy. And again, I just recommend doing it while watching this video. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. Now, I've pulled up my Gemini 3 daily brief automation. This is also going to be down below in the description, so you guys can just download it and import it. But I first want to talk about why Gemini 3 is so important. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, you might be on a later version or you might want to use something else. But this is the brand new Gemini. It's extremely smart. The logic is insane. And yeah, not only does it understand text, it also understands images, documents, code. You could like feed it a screenshot, a PDF, something like that, and it's going to be able to actually interpret it and respond with really high accuracy. It also has a very high context window, which means you can feed it a lot of data. And yeah, just a bunch of different things makes it like the perfect brain for a personal assistant. So again, coming back to our Gemini 3 daily brief automation, you can see we basically have a trigger right here. And if I click on it, we've set some parameters. So this is going to trigger every single day at 7 a.m. This time is based on the time on your VPS. So make sure that that is accurate. And essentially what happens is every day at 7 a.m., it's going to go into my Gmail, look at my messages. It's going to go into my Google Calendar, look at my calendar events. What you guys will want to do is come here, double click on this, click this edit button right here, and you're going to want to connect your actual Gmail account to your n8n server. So just basically sign in with Google right here. And same thing with the Google Calendar one right here. Click on this button. After that, it's going to get all this information, aggregate it together, merge it. It's going to run it through our AI agent. So basically the brain, which is using Gemini 3. If you do want to change this, you can just double click on this and change the AI it's using. And as you can see, we have a prompt put in right here. This is essentially going to tell it exactly what to do. And of course, if you want to do a little bit different things, you can always come in here and tweak this message. After that, it's going to send a summary to your Telegram. Now, if you don't use Telegram, you can also have it send you an email. You can have it create a Google Doc. But for me, I like using Telegram because it's pretty easy. All you guys need to do is come here. I've gone ahead and created a Telegram bot that you guys can use. You'll want to put in your chat ID right here. Find Sam the bot on Telegram. You have to start a conversation with it. You're also going to want to get your chat ID. And guys, I know it can seem a little bit complicated, but basically what I'm going to do is I'll put a Google Doc down below. It's going to have step-by-step instructions for you guys. Just follow those steps exactly, and it's going to show you how to set this up. For example, getting your chat ID is very simple in Telegram. All you guys need to do is search for the bot at @userinfobot, send it any message, and then it's going to show you your chat ID. So you'll input that into this automation. So I'll show you guys, I'm going to execute this workflow. It's going to go through all these different steps, run it through the AI agent, the brain, and then it's going to send that summary to my Telegram. So as you can see, this was just sent right here. This is connected right now to an account with no emails and no calendar. So that's why it's not going to have anything right here. But yeah, this is a perfect use of this AI personal assistant. Having different briefs, having different reports made for you is something that will save you a lot of time and just keep you focused on your actual workday instead of figuring out what is going to be happening and all that stuff. Another use case for your personal assistant is for it to actually generate reports on your financials. So depending on what type of financials you have, maybe it's your business, maybe it's just your personal finances. You can build something like this, which basically allows you to submit some type of report, run it through the Gemini 3 brain, and then have it send the analysis to your Telegram. In this particular workflow, we have a trigger that basically the first day of every single month, it's going to send me a Telegram message reminding me to actually upload my financials. So the way that I have it set up right now is it asks for my profit and loss and also asks for a spreadsheet of my transactions. So I can go ahead and upload those right here, click submit, and then it's going to going to generate a full report. Another example of a workflow I have for my personal assistant is this Gemini 3 content generator. You guys can import this over to check it out on your own account. But basically we have a trigger, you can set a keyword. So in my case, if I'm making content about, let's say, affiliate marketing, I'm going to put that right here. Next, it's going to go to LinkedIn, X, and Reddit. Browse through a bunch of different posts. We're using Apify for it to actually do all this. We're gonna get a bunch of data, merge it all together, run it through our AI agent brain, and then send me an actual email. The name of that email is gonna be Daily Social Trend and Ideation with the date on it. And yeah, we have this running every day at 7 a.m. So here's an example of what that email is gonna look like. Of course, you can tweak this as much as you want. All you need to do is click on this AI agent right here and change the prompt. And so as you can see, it's actually not that complicated to actually build these workflows yourself. But for most of you, I still don't recommend it. I just recommend going out there, finding different templates, importing those into your account, and then tweaking them to make sense for you. Now, I'm constantly making more and more of these workflows. So if you want to get access to them, I actually have a free AI community. I'll also put a link down below, but you guys can join that. We post a bunch of really helpful AI stuff there. Now, remember, this is only a very, very small subset of the types of automations you can build. If you guys spend a couple days actually diving into this and building a bunch of different automations, you should be able to have a personal assistant that is helping you with pretty much everything. What I do recommend doing is use ChatGPT or whatever other AI platform and use that to help you brainstorm what types of automations to make, right? Like everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different. It's really going to depend on your type of life and your business. But what I like to do is just have a conversation with AI, tell it all the things you're doing on a day-to-day basis. If you have a business, what that business is, a bunch of different contexts like that, and then ask it, what are the automations that I should be building out for my personal assistant, which will make my life a lot better. I do this all the time. I essentially use ChatGPT as a mentor. It's been extremely useful, so I definitely recommend doing that. Some final advice on this whole topic, right? I just recommend starting simple, get them set up with your own credentials, import these 3 templates, tweak them to your liking, find different templates that we post in our school community. And another thing is you don't need to use n8n, right? There are other ways to do it without having to have a VPS or n8n, but I really like to own my own personal assistant. I like to own my automations. And with my own VPS and n8n, I am really fully in control. Another really important thing is that you guys stay up to date, right? AI is always changing. There's always going to be newer and newer AI models. So it's really important that you guys stay up to date on those trends. But yeah, really, I encourage you guys just to get started, right? Treat your life as a business. There is so much stuff that you guys can optimize and just be a lot more efficient on. And that really starts with having some type of assistant doing all this stuff for you. This used to be something that only rich people could do by hiring an assistant, but nowadays you can actually build your own AI personal assistant. It'll cost about $10 a month. And using AI like this is really going to help you spend less time doing things you don't want to do and more time spending things that you actually want to do. This is a great use of AI technology, and I really hope any of you guys watching this video understands just how powerful it can be when used correctly. I know we covered a lot. Feel free to watch this video again. I just encourage you guys, follow along step by step, build your AI personal assistant, and spend some time getting it set up. It's really going to pay huge dividends in your life. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys got some value from it. Again, I'll have all the resources I talked about down below. Make sure to use my Hostinger link and coupon code to save a bunch of money. And also make sure to get those free templates as well. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. If you got any value from this video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. I make a ton of videos about entrepreneurship, AI, finance, stuff like that. And it's all to help you guys live a financially successful life. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.